Hi, my name is Nick Saracione, and today I will be talking to you about the economics of the New York Yankees, with a specific emphasis on franchise revenue generation and a ticket pricing analysis. The first topic that will be covered is the franchise revenue generation, and I will be analyzing the gate, venue, and broadcast revenues for the franchise. The next topic I will be covering is ticket pricing analysis. The subtopics that will be covered are dynamic ticket pricing, the effects of ticket sales for Derek Jeter's final season, and the economic impact of the new Yankee Stadium.
To begin, we must understand the formula for total revenue. As page 71 of the textbook states, the formula for a team's total revenue equals gate revenue plus broadcast revenue plus licensing income plus venue-related revenue plus transfers from other teams in the league. The three aspects of this equation we will be concentrating on are gate revenue, venue-related revenue, and broadcast revenue. Gate revenue is a vital source of income for any professional team and is simply the revenue generated from ticket sales. Venue revenue, as page 78 states, is a non-ticket revenue from parking and concessions. The most important part of venue revenue, however, is the revenue made from luxury seating, which the new Yankee Stadium was practically built for. According to a March 2014 Forbes article, the Yankees' net revenue was most recently quoted at $461 million. With an average ticket price of $60 for the 2014 season, this statistic is not surprising. During their first season in their new stadium in 2009, the Yankees saw combined ticket and luxury suite revenue of $397 million. Then, the 3 years following till 2012, the team experienced a drop in revenues equal to $44 million, which was a decline of 11%. When reviewing the team's performance during this time period, the fall in revenues can be attributed to the Yankees making it to less postseason games. With less postseason games hosted at Yankee Stadium, there is a direct correlation to the 11% decline in overall gate and venue revenues. When reviewing the team's performance during this time period, the fall in revenues can be attributed to the Yankees making it to less postseason games. With less postseason games hosted at Yankee Stadium, there is a direct correlation to the 11% decline in overall gate and venue revenues. The postseason gives an added importance for each game for fans, therefore shifting the demand curve to the right for tickets. This is especially true for the luxury suites, which become high demand during playoffs as a significant source of venue revenue. While the Yankees did not perform their best from 2009 till 2012, this decrease in demand for tickets shifted the curve back, therefore decreasing their revenues. In relation to broadcast revenue, textbook page 74 states that many baseball teams like to vertically integrate the successive functions of playing the game and then broadcasting it through a regional sports network, also known as an RSN. Doing so helps teams avoid the need to revenue share with other teams. According to a Bloomberg News article, the Yankees Entertainment Sports Network, otherwise known as the YES Network, generates more than $468.5 million in annual earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, making it worth more than $3 billion, according to Forbes. This large number represents a high derived demand for televised Yankee games and may also be a factor in the decreased gate revenues over the 2009 through 2012 seasons. This means that less fans were purchasing tickets at the gate and more were demanding to watch the games from the couches at their homes. In January 2014, the YES Network made a strategic move to promote future economic growth through horizontal integration. YES Network allowed 21st Century Fox to take a controlling stake in the network, moving from 49% ownership in 2012 to a current 80%. According to a Bloomberg News article, the Yankees Entertainment Sports Network, otherwise known as the YES Network, generates more than $468.5 million in annual earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, making it worth more than $3 billion, according to Forbes. This large number represents a high derived demand for televised Yankee games and may also be a factor in the decreased gate revenues over the 2009 through 2012 seasons. This means that less fans were purchasing tickets at the gate and more were demanding to watch the games from the couches at their homes. Dynamic ticket pricing refers to a process that allows a team to capture additional revenue based on individual game characteristics that are unknown at the start of the season. Examples of this can include a matchup of all-star pitchers that have the potential of producing rather large demand, or a game against a mediocre team on a chilly weekday evening, which therefore may produce a rather low demand. While most MLB teams currently implement some type of dynamic or variable ticket pricing system, the Yankees are one of the few franchises that still do not. In 2012, at the tail end of their ticket sales decline, the Yankees targeted the site StubHub for undercutting the face value of tickets available through the Yankees website or the Yankee Stadium box office. The website, called Deadspin.com, found that the more expensive the face value of a ticket was, the more likely it would be sold not only under face value, but at a larger discount than tickets originally marked at cheaper prices. For example, in the 2012 season, a ticket valued at $48 could be found on StubHub for just $35, while a ticket in the price range of $250 to $300 at the Yankee box office could be purchased on StubHub for more than $90 below the face value. When reviewing the team's performance during this time period, the fall in revenues can be attributed to the Yankees making it to less postseason games. With less postseason games hosted at Yankee Stadium, there is a direct correlation to the 11% decline in overall gate and venue revenues. While the Yankees do not tend to participate in dynamic ticket pricing, this does not mean that the team has never inflated ticket prices prior to a season opening. A prime example of this was the announcement in February 2014 by Derek Jeter that the upcoming season would be his final season. While dynamic ticket pricing, as previously discussed, is based on factors unknown at the start of the season, the spark in ticket prices in response to Derek Jeter's announcement was a known factor prior to the season starting. This makes the practice acceptable for the Yankees since it is not dynamic ticket pricing. While pricing increased in the Yankee box office, the real change was seen on the secondary markets. As of September 24, 2014, the average price for a ticket on a secondary market for Jeter's last home game against the Baltimore Orioles was recorded at $845, with the cheapest ticket priced at $362. When comparing this to World Series ticket pricing over the past 5 years, there have been 5 World Series games with ticket averages less than the $845 average of Jeter's final home game. Keep in mind that Jeter's final home game was not even in the postseason. This is a primary example of the secondary markets influencing gate revenues for a professional team. As for the new Yankee Stadium that opened in 2009, there was a significant economic impact as a result of its construction. The stadium had a total cost of $1.3 billion, with $450 million paid evenly between New York City taxpayers and the Yankees organization. The remaining portion of the cost was paid through revenue-sharing payments that would otherwise have been paid out to other teams in the MLB. When looking at the revenues of the final 4 seasons played in the old Yankee Stadium, the franchise averaged just $198.4 million per year in combined gate and luxury suite revenues. In contrast to this, the first 4 seasons at the new Yankee Stadium saw an average of $378 million per year for gate and luxury suite revenue. This is almost $200,000 per year more in revenue with the addition of the new stadium. While the Yankees do not tend to participate in dynamic ticket pricing, this does not mean that the team has never inflated ticket prices prior to a season opening. A prime example of this was the announcement in February 2014 by Derek Jeter that the upcoming season. Overall, the New York Yankees are ranked the #1 highest valued team in Major League Baseball by Forbes magazine. While experiencing rather quiet seasons in recent years past and managing declining gate and venue revenues, the team was still able to outperform its competition in revenues without directly participating in various pricing strategies such as dynamic pricing. With the new stadium constructed and the recent retirement of Derek Jeter, the Yankees are now left in an economically stable condition for years to come.